is these order blocks, they are lefty after a significant move to any side of the market, right? So now, for example, this is an order block right here. This is an order block right here, okay? Why do we take that as an order block? You can see this move right here, and they left some orders, right? They left some orders behind here, in which they would come back in and they sell again, right? Because now this was a move, right? This was a move, a bearish move. They left orders. That's why we do our order block right there. Okay. So now you can see here also. Okay, you can see this. Can you see this here? This one right here, it is an order block right here. Okay, this one right here, it is an order block. Why? Why is that an order block? Because of this move right here. There was this high move. Okay, there was this significant move. Okay, to the upside, and they left orders. The institutional traders, they always leave orders behind, in which they come back uh, and they buy again. Okay, now you can see some kind of order blocks, right? So now you can see this. You can see this here, right here. This is an order block. Okay, this is an order block. Why? Because of this move right here. So now that's how we really find order blocks. So now we shall consider two things that we shall add to this order block to be a high probability one. First of all, we shall add a fair value gap, and we shall add what we call break of market structure to this order block strategy, guys. Okay. So now always when we identify that this is an order block, we have to first see whether there is a fair value gap near that order block, and has it made a break of market structure to either side, or upside or downside. Okay, let's see whether we have a break of market structure and we have a fair value gap before we take any order block. Okay, now for example, here this was a bearish trend, so now we had this break of market structure. Okay, and after seeing that break of market structure, we go here up and we see whether we have a fair value gap. Yes, when you see this, this was a fair value gap right here. Okay, because of this high momentum candle. Okay, so now they left a gap here, and up here there was an order block, right? So now that means this order block becomes a high probability one, that is having break of market structure and a fair value gap, a high probability one. Okay, so now sometimes when the market comes back to that, you can see how it can react, right? So now we have this, right? We have this break of market structure right here, another one. Okay, and after getting that break of market structure, we have up here this one. It was an order block, but with a fair value gap right here. There was a fair value gap that was made right here. Okay, because of this high momentum candle, and up here there is an order block right here. Okay, so now making is this zone a high probability zone, guys. Okay, so now when you already combine it with this, you will see that it will be a very high probability setup. So now when you see this market, it was making higher highs and higher lows up to when it reached here, it consolidated. Then we were waiting for this break of this consolidation. Okay, so now when this market breaks that consolidation area, we always wait for it to come back to our zone, either a fair value gap or an order block. But you can see there's this big fair value gap, and to it there was an order block up here. So now that means this thing was high probability. Why? Because now there was a fair value gap and an order block combined together. Okay, so now that's why we took it as a high probability zone. So now we are here. Okay, we are here. We had this. This was a break of market structure right here. Okay, then it left this low. this low right here, this was the low that was left right here. And after leaving that low, it came and made this change of character. That means it broke that low, giving us a change of character when this was broken. But it was a high momentum sellers here. They were very rapid right here. That means there are some orders that were left up here. Okay, there are these orders that we are left up here. You can see when the market came to that order broke, you can see how it reacted. Okay, because of those orders that we are left right there. Okay, we have this also. Now we have this break of market structure right here. Okay, then after identifying that break of market structure, can you see how this rapid buys that started right from here? So we had an order block right here, and with this order block, there were several fair value gaps that we can look at also. There's this one right here, and the one down here, though it was very small. So now you would consider this. Yeah, that means this was a high probability zone because of the fair value gap in and the order block that was there, right?